The spending on eggs could be $1 million and $2 million respectively in either report here, CPI versus PCE. Yet both could still make up 1% of consumer spending because of the different totals in the respective surveys and where the data is being ingested in from. So, yeah, if you live in Colorado, you're going to be mighty envious of what those who are paying in Hawaii are getting on their egg prices right now. Seana?
Yeah, Brad, it certainly is interesting just to take a look at where people are forced to be spending more at the grocery store more specifically. But we know prices across the board, no matter where you are, you certainly are feeling that pain of higher prices. And when it comes to the market's reaction today, a lot of that has to do with the fear just in terms of what the Fed might do over the course of its next couple of meetings, and also how high rates might stay now for a longer period of time to fight that high inflation, the persistent inflation that we clearly are seeing in the markets today. And despite all this, Brad, it's really amazing just how strong the consumer is. When you take a look at a number of the prints that we have gotten out recently, even today, consumer sentiment, the highest level that we have seen in over a year, income and spending growth, both coming in stronger than expected in January. So it begs the question, what recession, after we've been hearing so much about that over the last several months? Now, the consumer does remain strong, but we are starting to see maybe some cracks or maybe some fear as to what is going to come. We heard that on a number of earnings calls over the last several days. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon. We also heard it from the CEO of Wayfair, Niraj Shah. Let's take a quick listen to what they had to say on their earnings calls this week.
I think you can see it in the mix impact. Customers are still spending money. When you think about our guidance and the place we positioned it, it's obviously not as clear to us what the back half of the year looks like as what we're experiencing right now and the momentum that we had coming out of the fourth quarter. But that's the way we would characterize them. They're making choices. We expect that to continue through the year.
We put every element of our 2023 spending plans under the microscope in order to think more deliberately about the value we were modeling for each new dollar spent and what we expect will continue to be a challenging customer environment.
Certainly seems like we are shaping up for it to be a very challenging environment here for consumers and retailers. Many of these consumer-facing names are being forced to make those tough decisions. They're either cutting or reallocating some of their expenses in order to better position themselves for what could be a tough couple of quarters.
Yeah, truly remarkable what we've heard from some of these earnings calls as executives really comment on this broader economy and the consumer economy. We heard that even from Home Depot. Of course, those of you who are doing those DIY projects out there, Home Depot is still very much reliant on your dollars as well as some of those broader construction spending dollars as well here. But Home Depot mentioning that they're trying to continue to catch greater share of the consumer's wallet. Spending on goods outpaced spending on services during the period. However, when you think about the broader economy, it's shifted from goods and back into services. That's something that travel companies love to hear. Not so much for some of the companies that are dabbling in home apparel or electronics.
Certainly is something that the travel companies have been waiting for and have been longing to hear now for quite some time.